Hey guys, this is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy. We've got some analytics, some quadrocycles, and maybe tricycles coming to you soon, but it should be an interesting video. A lot of drama tonight, guys. My dreamers, my roadies. Haha. Let's rock. Alexa, start over. This is a story of betrayal and sickness. And death. And death. But I tried to make it Monday. Alexa, start over. And death. We're drinking whale's blood. Beer in Blue Mountains, cause I know you're with me, man, and I know you get the humor. Love. But I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed that I set my sights on Monday and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the altar, but I do believe there's times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. Well, what you thinking about you, Sister Golden Hair Surprise? That I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one poor correspondent. I've been too hard to find, but it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Will you meet me in the middle? Will you meet me in the air? Would you love me just a little, just enough to show you care? Though I tried to make it, I don't mean saying I just can't make it. My fucking babies. Alexa, off. Alexa, play a symphony. Alexa, play classical music. My dreamer.
Station in my life.
You said I should try playing something.
Amazon Music.
When I'm speaking, and I cannot remember it. And I deleted the video, because you'll notice this, my dreamers, sometimes the fucking cowboy gets out of hand and he tells the truth, because he spits the truth. But you know what? Billy wakes up in the morning and starts watching the video and he can't. He just deletes them. That's why if you've ever fucking started watching a video and it disappeared, and then it miraculously came back, it's because the cowboy reposted that shit. Okay? No one should ever see what that guy is talking about, my dreamers. No one would see you if it wasn't for me fucking you fucking sheep, Billy. You fucking bitch. So, let's talk about that song. It's storytelling time. There once was a little old lady who lived in a shoe, right? But it is. I'll tell you a story. My dreamers, my fucking roadies. I don't think I have to convince you guys of anything. I think you know. I think you know where we're going. We're going to talk about an event. We're going to talk about so many good things. It's a feel-good video, guys. But death, sickness, and laziness. Stories of my week, my dreamers. Any one of these stories is like a fucking Tuesday, and I'm not trying to reduce them to a Tuesday. I'm just saying how much shit can hit the fucking fan. You know? Treading water and somebody keeps putting your head under it and holding it down. And you work so hard to lift it up to get a breath of air, and then there's another person jumping on fucking top of your back, right? Well, let's get into this. Maybe we'll do a little conspiracy. So that song I sang, I used to sing with my cousin Phil. He was like 15 years older than me. I was a fucking athlete, a football player. Because of him, I was a running back. I learned how to run the ball by chasing fucking chickens at church, swear to God. They'd have chicken contests. My grandma lived next, well, that's not where I learned. I used to win money at church because you'd win a prize. But my grandma lived next to a farm and there were these woods. Like shit that could poke your fucking eyes out, right? When you're running through, if you're walking through the woods, I see my kids doing it, I'm like, get out of there, you little bastards. You know, not really, but I do say get out of there because of that shit. Whale's blood. Well, we were such little shits, me and my brothers. We'd run through those woods to catch these chickens that would crawl under John the Bachelor's fence. That's what they called this motherfucker. And eventually we'd be running through woods and branches hitting off our fucking face like we were wild fucking animals. And chickens run like this. So eventually we could catch them, right? I believe, you know, I wasn't the fastest guy in the state, but I was up there, you know. Actually, one of the second fastest guy in the state ran with me as a running back. But he couldn't move laterally like me. And even if he did, he didn't have any power. Like, I used to use that when someone was getting close because they had the angle on me. I would actually, when I heard their footsteps, cut into them backwards. You know, and it would shock them, so it would bounce them off, and I would actually bounce off them, and it would propel me further. It's the unexpected, the shit you don't see coming that can get you, right? Like the incentives down. I have friends that are in XRP that they don't know what they own, and they're worried about the price, you know, because they're hearing the FUD. But this is when it pops, you know. I should talk about fucking. My buddy sold his bag tonight too. Not a close buddy, but a buddy. Point is this. Sometimes all a kid needs is some fucking trees that could poke his fucking eyes out and a chicken to be successful in life that he can chase. But my cousin Phil, who gave, like, I didn't have cleats when I played, and my cousin would buy me cleats. He was a great football player, but he was too busy, his error, smoking pot and drinking, and he missed out on scholarships and stuff that he was offered. So he already, you know, I got a scholarship, but it was to a small college, because, I mean, I only went to school. I'd skip class because I couldn't read in school. I just took the classes and passed them so I could play ball, you know? And then after that, you know, didn't realize what an impact my grades would make, and the coaches that were teachers, how, you know, they would, it's like you get reprimanded on the field, even though you should have been the one, you know, running the ball every time. But I still was successful. I don't know anyone in the state that was fucking better running back, people faster, but I don't know if any of them were tougher. But anyways, whatever. One fucking, like right before Christmas one year, my cousin Phil fell asleep, drinking or probably, but who knows. And he fucking had a tree branch go through his face. This guy's head was like this, you know? And he died. He seemed invincible, you know? And then today, I get a call from my manager, and she tells me that one of my desk ladies, the only other desk lady at this particular salon, who's a wonderful woman, she has stage 3 breast cancer, and 3 years ago she had stage 1. They removed it and she was fine, and they didn't do their job keeping up with it. So now she can't work anymore, and she's worried about her life. This is the fucking world we live in, man. Fuck. I mean, what the fuck, you know? We got that. You know, and then, you know, you got my buddy, Randy, that we used to golf all the time together. He always had an anger issue, but The cowboy understands. It's nothing to joke about, man. He's in bad shape. Well, it turns out his anger issues, I stopped talking to him for 2 years because of him. It was because he had a tumor in his brain. He was the greatest guy. He was my wedding photographer. He would I loved him, but he just pushed me away because of his anger. And it turns out it was from a tumor like this big in his head right here. And it affected the way he I don't know what it is, but it was the area that makes you angry. I remember him telling me every day I wake up and I say, what fucking bad is going to happen today? And then something always does. And I'm thinking, dude, if we approached life that way, I didn't say this to him, I should have. That would happen to us all. But I didn't know it was from a fucking tumor. Well, my cousin knows him a little bit. And he's been driving him all over. And then I have 3 kids and I live like fucking 30 minutes away from him. And he starts calling me saying I need a ride home from hospitals. He just had his head cut open, his head shaved, and he couldn't see for a while. They thought he'd never see again. And he's having these mental issues because of it. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking bring my kids to go pick this guy up. And then just now, he's called me a couple times and said they're holding him hostage at the hospital because he's having these fucking mental breakdowns. My dreamers. This is real life for a human being. You know, and he was a good guy. Randy G Photography. You don't get any fucking cooler than that. This guy was a rock star too. I grew up around bike gangs and fucking musicians, you know, and artists. My dad, when we were growing up, we lived next to this bike gang called, I think it was Liberty Riders, and then the Outlaws on the other side of our house. And they were rivals. And my dad managed to be friends with both of them. And I could fucking go back and forth. They would never even talk shit about each other because they respected my dad. And he was like this tall. And, you know, I'm 6'3", 6'3.5". I used to be 6'4", actually tall, and I shrunk. But and my dad was like 5'9", but he was respected. Worked at Stroh's Brewery. This guy would have fucking killed anybody. Ex-Marine. He got these fucking awards that I didn't even know about when I was young because he didn't want to talk about it. Because he was small enough to crawl into the tunnels and he killed so many fucking people and he didn't want to talk about it because they were young people, like 14, 12, you know? It's crazy. You know? And he was like, I don't know how old he was, 19. But, so anyways, the G was like, we will talk crypto. This is like, he's got a scar, like, and I'm like, I'm not fucking with this guy. He just called me like 10 minutes ago. He's like, hey, I lost my phone in the Leafs, and it's almost low, so can you call me at 8:30 in the fucking morning? Because I'm going to bed, because it's low, and I don't want to lose it. And I'm like, I've been talking to this guy in 2 fucking years, and I'm the only guy he has to call right now. That's serious, right? So I'm like, I'm not going to mislead him. I'm not going to be up at 8:30. Okay, I'm going to be going, it's like 3 in the morning right now. And I'm not going to bed anytime soon. So I said what anyone would say. Yeah, but why? Because I thought it'd be funny. The cowboy was like, this motherfucker is going to be calling you, Billy. And you're going to be stressing out in the morning because you shouldn't have done that. And he's going to be waiting for his phone to ring, probably for an hour or so, doing this and leaves because he can't fucking see, because he's a good guy that had a brain injury, and you're going to fucking do that. And then the worst part is Billy's going to have to deal with it all. You know? He's going to have to deal with it all. The cowboy thinks that's funny. And then as the cowboy was coming to make this fucking video, you know what he said? It's like, Billy, you should ask him if he wants to golf tomorrow. Do you know how fucked up that is? The guy can't fucking see. We're all fucking flawed, my dreamers. We all have darkness up here. I'm not happy about that. I just had 2 fucking moles cut off me that looked cancerous. because I sunbathed, because I was fucking a baby of the fucking 80s, right? 90s. We used to lay on blacktop roofs with baby oil on us. Part of me feels like I deserve it, and that's horrible, because the mind's a powerful thing. I'm trying to be positive here, but think about where my mind just went. My dreamers, my roadies, this is not negative. Yes, it is. She said, I want to pinch you naked on this big brass bed, bright-eyed, and pop leaves all around her head. She said, crazy old man, I'm not young anymore. I said, that's alright, baby, I never painted before. Do you love me, Lady Jane, Lady Jane? Do you love me, Lady Jane, Lady Jane? You got me walking in the rain, you got me talking to the moon. Do you love me, do you love me? You motherfuckers never signed up for an XRP video, did you? Why would you? You can just shut it off, guys. Fast forward through the songs and then shut it off. I got so many assholes leaving comments that are so fucking funny. They actually think they're smart. I'm not saying talking to my dreamers. I'm talking about the people that are haters, that don't believe, that don't understand there's a movement that's happening. And don't give up on Christmas. I had a friend call me today. You know, and I said the world has a way of balancing itself and cleansing itself. I wouldn't be surprised if right before Christmas in the next few days something big happened. I've been saying Monday, but I don't know if it's, I don't fucking know. Just what my feels are with the market. I'd be buying today if I didn't have fucking so much shit invested in it already. So much fucking money. So you got that, right? I'll tell you about a story, though. This is the most important thing. This is why I came down so hard on the blockchain backer. But I talk shit on everybody, even my friends. So that shouldn't be taken personal. But if he wants to, fuck him. You know, fuck him. You know, pull up your pants, lift your head, you know, grow up. Really, you little bitch, blockchain backer. You see what I did? You read my comments, you'll know my dreamers, my fucking roadies. But where were we? We were talking about, well, my buddy, you know, he's not my buddy. We play poker a couple nights a month usually. And he had 60K. He probably made 20% of his money. But he started hearing all this FUD. He was up more than that, and then it dropped from these fucking people that are making huge assessments on little lines and dots like they're magical. And I get it. People say TA matters, but I'm going to disprove that in a minute. And he sold his bags because he believes in that. And he was prepared to hold on to them for 5 years. What the fuck? And he didn't own Bitcoin. He was worried about the pop in the 4-year bear market that will never fucking happen, guys. 17, it was us. Institutions pulled us down so they could accumulate for 4 years. That's how much they fucking bought. We don't. You think no one knows how much they own. We're not looking at balance sheets because that's fucking bullshit. Okay. There's so many. I knew guys that worked at these places. Okay. I'm a hairdresser, and they say that's just surface. It's whatever they decide to put into it, unless they get a deep audit. Even if, but. So here you go. Here's the thing. I know all the fucking rules to this game because I created it. No, I mean, Billy's going to tell you he didn't create it, but you get the point. So, bottom line is, when you have institutional money, they don't want to be down a quarter. a year, okay? They're not going to tell their investors, hey, we push you into this at 60K, and now it's at 3K or 35 like Blockchain Bankers said it could happen, or 12K, whatever that is. That would be bearish. But 20K is still bullish because we have to look at yearly cycles, what it's up from the previous year. And we're still up significantly from a year ago. But he'll say that, and he was like, I don't want to wait 4 years. I have a lot of shit. So he sold. It was, I'd argue maybe he should have, but he dealt with volatility. He was okay with it. So that's where I'm questioning if he should have. But he trusted this crypto guy. It's gone. You got to give both scenarios. I laid it out maybe 3 or 4 or 5 videos ago. 3 theories. Only 3 things that could happen. And Blockchain Backer was one of them. But you have to make your own decisions, right? Actually, I'd argue, even if he's 100% right and all you own is Bitcoin, you don't get any benefit from it transferring the alts, which it's not going to until we have clarity because it's not safety like it was in 17. Bitcoin was the threat, the worry. I would say this. I would still hold my Bitcoin through it. Because if I believed in it the way I do XRP. Like some of these people who are worried, selling off. I was watching the bull and what is it, Everything Crypto or whatever it's called. Watch Bearable Bull. He had a good video today, actually. They were talking about you're 30 days away from pretty much having a year, being able to avoid paying $350,000 in taxes if you have $1 million in crypto or whatever you have, because you have another year. And he was implying if you waited, if you sell, because all these people are selling because they're worried about the new tax law and all this shit. But even if it's at 40%, don't you think if you waited until January 1st to sell, and you took that $350,000 that you would have paid taxes and left it in the market, don't you think there's a high probability if you have decent coins that it's gonna go up significantly in a year, and maybe it could double, and then your taxes are free? Or couldn't you like buy some shit or buy a business you want when you cash that money out and have lower your taxable income? The goal is to get into ghost income. And I hate to say it, and he had a great book. It was fictional, but there's undertones that it was Trump's dad that he was referencing. But I created those undertones. But that was my take on it, but based on my research. But don't you think, like, what did he tell us? Did I say it already? I don't know. My dreamers. Don't you think it's possible, though, that, his channel's the best for ghost income with taxes. I want to talk to my buddy, one of my buddy YouTubers who does taxes, if that argument's real, or if it's too high risk to where you're going to get audited all the time. Might be real, but